Welcome to William Steele, True Crime and Steele Spotlight Television. Here I am with my co-host Ignacio Esteban. Ignacio,
Bill,
hello.
what's going on, man? Where are you, man? I love that piano behind you. Pretty cool. That's like a baby grand, huh?
Yeah. So I'm in sunny South Florida, and
Nice.
we are filming a movie called Silent Partners, based upon roughly based upon a book called Fat Dave by Dave Icovettis, a dear friend of mine. And
Nice.
So Ciro Dapagio is putting together this film. You guys all know him from Mob King and other films and programs he's putting out there. He's got other movies in the works, including The Ministry. So shout out to Ciro. He actually gave me a part in the movie, and
No, that's right.
and I do appreciate that. I got to meet his wife. I got to meet all the co-stars, most of them, and it was a good day all around. Maybe some more filming coming up. We don't know. I can't say much, but
Nice.
I had a really, really good couple of scenes, and it went well. In fact, at one stage after I filmed my scene with Dave Icovetti, by the way, the place burst out laughing because my line. I'm not going to say what it was,
Uh,
but I gave an off the cuff, ad lib line that
oh,
was
did you?
really. Oh yeah, it was a
Did, so,
sarcastic.
so you have the one with the cards?
Yeah, so we're I can't say more than that. We're at a card table, so
Yeah.
I made a line to him, to Icovetti, to Dave, and it just everybody died laughing, and then they were like, "Cut!" It was perfect. I hope
They
it was
use it?
perfect.
Hopefully they
Everybody
use it,
said
yeah.
it was. Yeah, everybody said it was great. And what was really encouraging about it all was not only did it get a great laughter out of everybody present, the other actors and crew, it literally everybody stood up clapping like crazy
That's
after
fine.
our scene was over. When you see the line, if they leave it in the movie, you're gonna be like, "Wow, that was really witty at that moment."
Yeah. And it was ad-libbed. It wasn't written for you, right? You just came up with it.
Right. So yeah, exactly. So sort of like when I did the reality show, I said certain things. Now everybody knows I was on A&E Network's Inmate to Roommate.
Right, right.
So shout out to the producer on A&E Network. And I said a lot of things that people found amusing, I guess. I guess I'm here to amuse you, the audience. So am I
Hmm.
here to amuse you? That's a line from Goodfellas. Am I
Yeah.
here to amuse you?
No, you think I'm funny? You
You
think
think
I'm
I'm
funny?
funny? Yeah.
How am I funny? You think I'm funny? What way I'm funny? Yeah, that's Joe Pesci's fan. You should see Joe Pesci do that skit with David Letterman.
Oh,
Joe David does it. You think I'm funny? Yeah, and so he reverses on Pesci. Hilarious. Years ago, check it out. Letterman, Pesci. You think I'm funny? What way I'm funny? I amuse you? Am I a clown? How am I funny?
yeah.
Great
It's
line. I love that movie. Martin Scorsese, big fan of his and stuff, and he has other stuff in the works also. But I look forward to that, Bill. It's pretty cool. What it's called? Silent Partners, the movie.
Silent Partners.
Cool.
George Jokes, uh, producer. He's been on several Ciro's films, and Christy Trebadas. Her name sounds like the badass, but it's Trebadas. And
Jabatis.
she
I gotcha.
is absolutely an incredible filmmaker. A lot of stuff under her belt. I look forward to working with these people going forward. As a matter of fact,
Yeah,
I,
man. More,
I
more
was so
projects to
impressed
get
by
going on
their
for sure.
skill and
Yeah.
their speed and their professionalism and their politeness to everybody. I've been on sets before where you have some characters, this and that, are a little
Hmm.
bit rude
Yeah,
or
yeah.
like divas. But I didn't detect any of that there. Everybody worked as a symbiotic team together, and Ciro's turning out movies that are really, really good. So I
That's
continue,
important.
I
Isn't it
continue.
Amazon Prime? One of his movies, Amazon Prime, right? You were telling
Yeah,
me.
Amazon Prime. So check out Mob King. I gave it
Mob
five
King. Yeah,
star.
Mob King. Yeah.
I gave it 5-star reviews. So he
Good deal.
knows, I was incarcerated. We're working with a lot of people wrongfully incarcerated. So we have um, Rodney Barno in California. We have Dave Reinhardt. Um, so we have another guy, JR, in the Indiana system, who tried to pull over for the police for 40 miles.
Yeah.
But he had something with him, I guess. And when he finally pulled over and gave up, he came out with his hands up. Instead, he was surrendering, and they shot him in the back of the head with a beanbag.
Oh.
So they flipped out, and then there was talk of what they were going to do to him. So they were going to turn the dogs loose. He said, "I surrender, I surrender." It's all on camera. There's so many people filming and so many
Wow.
deaths. This guy here tries to surrender, Ignacio, and what they did was they said, "Turn the dogs loose on him anyway," and that's captured on camera,
Mm.
right, on audio.
Does he have a lawsuit against him, or
So, yeah, well, I can't say much about the litigation, but let's just say things are in the
in the
formative
works?
stages.
Okay, well,
So this guy said he's on camera too. Really? F this, and he jumped back in his car and closed the door. So within the context of all this, he did have a gun on him. He was a convicted felon, and so when they opened fire on him, he fired out the roof and I guess out of the window.
yeah.
And you don't do that around the police, obviously.
No, can't be doing that.
So a fusillade of bullets. They pull him out. He's wounded in the neck. Now this is an overview, a quick overview. He's laying there bleeding out, and the officers could be heard trying, essentially, and it's alleged and it's on camera, letting him essentially bleed out so that he couldn't really say his side of things. I guess I don't know, but they were not rendering aid. He was telling them, "I'm dying. Please
How
help
does
me."
he get aid then?
Eventually, somebody comes on scene and helps him. I think
The paramedics?
possibly or supervisors or civilians may be
Yeah,
calling, but
yeah.
they just were standing over him. And during the pursuit, it was a routine traffic stop. There was essentially no reason. They had been targeting this guy for a very long time because he's a Mexican guy living in like essentially an all-white community where he was.
Oh, he was Mexican.
According to him and his family, has been targeted for his.
What city is this?
It started in Fort Wayne, but it ended up
Oh, Fort Worth.
somewhere like 2 counties over.
Mm, mm.
I
It's
don't have
sad,
all
but
I don't have all the facts yet, and we do support law enforcement. But
yeah,
if
it's
even half of what is coming out on these videos is accurate, and video basically doesn't lie, you know that.
yeah,
You shoot
video's good
somebody.
evidence. But
It's
again,
against policy to shoot a surrendering suspect in the back of the head with a beanbag gun. It's against policy to let a wounded, bleeding out suspect, bleed to death.
yeah,
So, I mean,
it's interesting to hear both sides, right, Bill? See
yes, sir.
what the officers have to say.
And I
Yeah,
agree. And so we proceed with caution and respect for the family on both sides. And
yeah.
he's doing 35 years for this. He got 35 years in prison for this incident, in which
Wow,
he tried to surrender, and he got 35 years anyway.
wow. Well,
Instead of
that's an interesting case there. That's an interesting case. So keep an eye on that one for sure, Bill.
absolutely, there's multiple attorneys looking at it, outside agencies. So
No, for
we're gonna
sure.
be on top of this one here. So
You notice your background is different. You notice my background is different. What do you think of the poster behind me? It's not ATF undercover right now, is it?
no, it's the Broken Crowns. That's your brand for your movie, and I think your apparel too, right?
Apparel, yes, yes. We got plenty of poster. We got shoes now, coffee. If you go to Printify, undercover ink, undercoverink.printify.me, you can find all these cool things from posters to shirts, to shoes to pants. You name it, it's on it. It's pretty cool. Good material, good things right there. You can make the poster even bigger. I guess I'm going to shrink down a little bit so you can get a little bit of a better view of it right there. Designed there by my sister-in-law and my wife. My ideas right there. Dora, give her heads out there. To Creative Pulp with a K. Creative Pulp with a K. She does really good work. Very good designs out there. So we're getting more creative with stuff out there, Bill. So so I'm encouraged to try to get this made. I wrote the pilot. Now I'm writing a lot of screenplays. I wrote it and hoping to make it into a TV series, working with different people, taking a look at it. But if it doesn't work out with one, I'm always networking and looking at people to give me other offers, other chances. I have nothing in writing, no contract. So I'm always looking for others. So anybody watching here who wants to see about, based on my autobiography, ATF Undercover, taking down one of the most dangerous street gangs north of Tampa, was my case, 2.5-year investigation, taking down from top to bottom, dismantling this horrible crew, based on the Bloodset Valentines. Dangerous people, horrible people in there. So that I think did pretty good. So a lot of cool merchandise there too. So just take a look at that. I know you got your stuff going on there too. And all our books are Amazon, right, Bill? We got all our books on Amazon. My books are also on Audible, ATF Undercover, and the most dangerous crime syndicates of our time. Pretty cool. And our shows are pretty good on Rumble. Every time we get them on there, the numbers get higher and higher. And I think Rumble is our number one platform right now. People really enjoy our stuff. They appreciate, and we'll start talking a little bit about politics, but they appreciate our views and what we have to say. And it's not the biased media that we see that's protecting Joe Biden, stumbling, bumbling, knowing that he has early stage dementia, worse than Reagan did at the end of his. We cannot see Biden for another 4 years. Imagine him in 86 years old. Look how bad he is right now. Who is behind Joe Biden, Bill? who's the guy behind Joe Biden? Because it's not him. He can't be making the decisions. It's who behind his administration is, and it's not him. And
what's the speculation on that specifically? Anything?
it's people, and we know it's not Kamala either. It's not Kamala Harris. Between her and the word salad, he has a reason. She can't make, anytime she's talking, she goes in circles. When we say it's a word salad, she's just throwing stuff out there that makes no sense. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Tom Madden, founder of former Vice President of NBC and former President and CEO of Transmedia Public Relations. This is a live recording going on right now.
Oh, hey, how are you, sir?
Tom Madden.
Nice to meet you. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Good. Welcome to our show.
All right.
Yeah, we're on there live.
Pleasure.
So these are his facilities here, and he's
beautiful. What I've seen so far is a beautiful location there off in Boca. I grew up in South Florida. I'm retired law enforcement, 26 years in ATF, and I was with Customs. So I spent a lot of time out there, and that's a beautiful area for sure.
Wonderful. All right.
Yeah, but he's also got a screenplay. He's also the new voice of Gangland Chronicles on History Channel, and he's blessed me to be my co-host for the last year at least, right?
We've been doing shows for about a year and a half at least, and then we've been doing a weekly show for about a year now, maybe over a year now. So it's pretty good.
We talk about our projects.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah, but Bill changed his life around. It's two sides. Obviously, I give my perspective on law enforcement, and Bill gives his, being on the other side, and we try to give people a heads up on crime prevention, how to also protect their homes, things they can do, smart things and stuff. And then Bill also tries to help those who have had tough issues in life and get their lives together. So we've been.
That's great. That's great.
Tom, tell my audience what you do and a little bit about yourself, if you don't mind, Ignacio.
No, go ahead.
He's letting us use his facilities.
No, for sure.
Well, I'm not too shy to tell you, but I'll get around that. No, I started a PR firm when I left NBC in New York, and I was the number 2 guy there. Okay. And I started Transmedia Group, and it's been quite a successful journey that's brought me down to Florida here. But we serve clients all over the world, and we make them well known, and I do some very good PR.
Oh, okay.
Well, we have a great staff, and this gentleman here, he's quite a colorful character.
He's had a colorful history.
Into a public relations program, and so does a lot of things that you're doing here. So if I could be of help, let me know.
I appreciate that. We definitely would. I mean, I've written almost 80 books now. I retired about a little over 2 years ago, and I'm on Amazon. 80 books. I'm on Amazon.
I've only written 5.
That's pretty good. That's and Bill's got a couple in, so he's started to catch up a little bit. It's all a lot of it's, some of it's true crime, obviously a lot of it's law enforcement background. Some of it also has to do a lot of politics. I do politics too. I have a background. I became an agent. I call my book was called ATF Undercover because I did years of undercover work, dealing with really repeat violent offenders, street gangs, international firearms trackers, drug trafficking groups, what have you. But I had a background in political science and history, and I was going to go to law school up in Michigan. But then my background, Customs was hiring at the time, and I put in for it, and I got picked up, and I went from doing that to the front line of war on drugs in Customs at Miami. As you know, in the 90s, had some of the biggest seizures in the country. So I was busy, no doubt about that. And then later, yeah.
A History Channel picked him up to do a new series about
and Gangland Chronicles. So I would love to get my books out more out there. If you're a Kindle Unlimited subscriber, Tom, all my books are free for you, which is a KU Kindle Unlimited subscriber. All my books are free for you.
Okay, very good.
So you can check out my books, check out my works.
I will.
And I'll be more than happy to send you I have a lot of free credits. Send me some of my Audible books. I worked with a voice actor to get some of my books done professionally on Audible. So they're available also on Audible. And I'm working now on screenplays to try and see if I can get it done. And maybe with your connections can help me get that done to a next level to make into a TV series. The poster behind me, Broken Crowns, is based on my book, ATF Undercover, which I've made into I wrote a screenplay based on that.
Broken Crowns is basically about a big case he was involved with. Am I correct?
Yeah, taking down one of the most violent street gangs north of Tampa that I worked for 2.5 years.
Well, it sounds fascinating, and maybe we can be of help to one another. So
That'd be great. That'd be great. I'd like to contact me.
I'll look into this. All right, listen,
Okay.
I'll let you guys continue.
All right, sir.
Upstairs, I'll get with you afterwards.
Yeah, okay.
This is live right here.
Okay. Take care. All right.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, sir.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you. Take care. That's great, man.
To drop
That's
in
great.
with us.
That's fantastic.
If you need PR, you contact me or Tom, and they'll do the best job they can for you.
No, awesome. No, that's a good idea. I think we can help each other out for sure. I think there's a lot of potential there. His contacts and my work and everything else, and especially him in South Florida. I definitely know South Florida pretty good. Obviously, being raised out there and working out there for many years.
Yeah, we both do. It's kind of surreal to be back every time I come back. It's like, man, I have real roots here, and being up in Indiana is nice. The people are wonderful. I have a great church family now. I'm kind of torn between three places, New York, Fort Wayne, and shout out to Fort Wayne. The people are wonderful. I met some of the nicest people I've ever met there.
Wow.
But unfortunately, there's no ocean. I love looking at the ocean right now.
No, I love the ocean, man. I'm not too far from the water, but it's not the same as South Florida, that's for sure. But I love also. I have to admit, I love the Four Seasons. I didn't grow up with the Four Seasons, and I've been here now. I love the foliage in the fall. I love the spring out here, which is gorgeous. All the flowers coming out. And one thing I do like out here, Bill, I love the mountains. I like hiking, and I love Shenandoah area. I don't know if are you familiar with Virginia or not? Not really.
A little bit. I was in prison there.
But the outside is nice, Bill. The outside is really nice.
Okay.
You're near Richmond, right? You were near Richmond?
I was in several places. I was in a Supermax out west.
Out west.
I remember when we went through Powhatan, the reception center. That whole area was gorgeous. Horse country, rolling hills, and white fences. And we need to roll into the show. Let's try to get some discussion.
But this is why I'm going with this. So I thought you were near Richmond. So I was near Richmond. I was in Richmond this weekend, and I'm gonna tell you, it's really crazy. This is a political show, and you know how small world this is, and sometimes you never know. And I kind of reason why Trump was there was because of Nikki Haley. Remember, Nikki Haley was still running hard until yesterday when she dropped out. She was still running hard, thinking she had a shot at Super Tuesday, right? She still thought she was going to maybe win in Virginia. The only one she won, those who don't know, was D.C. That was it. And I'm surprised she even won there, but that's the only place she won. So I'm there in Richmond. My daughter has a convention. She's big into dancing, my youngest daughter. We go traveling around she's a dance company. And we find out Trump is going to be here for the convention. Convention center is huge, right? Trump's taking half of it for a rally. We're like, wow. So I go online. I register for it. I say to my wife, hey, I know the other one's doing it. Why don't we go see if we can just see a president, a former president? That's pretty cool. By the time we get around, the line's wrapping around and around and around. We sit in there for almost 4 hours and get nowhere close because they have that Secret Service. You think TSA is bad? You try to get through Secret Service, try when the president's there. It takes forever. And it's windy. My daughter's tapped out. She's 14, 15, whatever. She's tapped out. She said, okay, let's go watch the other one dance some more, what have you. But because the rooms are so close where the dance convention is compared to where they're dancing, the changing room, be able to see it and hear the president. So she was able to watch and hear him through the changing room and the dance studio there. So at least she was able to watch Trump and hear Trump out there, which was neat. What I thought was fascinating. So there's no way, while we're waiting 4 hours, we're talking to a lot of people, the passion there is for Trump and all the merchandise that's being sold. Nikki Haley had a video truck going around the blocks, right? Promoting her. People were booing and everything else. And people were chanting the whole way, let's go, Brandon. You know what that means, right?
Yeah, get rid of Biden.
Yeah, that's a nice way of putting it. Let's go, Brandon. The whole time they're chanting, let's go. I mean, there's no way Joe Biden will have a crowd like that in a spur of the moment. No way. There are people from all over Virginia, the country that came in, and they're waiting for hours and hours and hours. That's a movement, Bill. That is a movement.
And that's why the security on him is so tight because unfortunately, at this stage, the only thing left is if they try an attempt on his life. And we don't encourage that. We pray for the president's safety.
No, we don't want violence for anybody. That's for sure.
Have you done security detail for the president? I know a lot of times ATF would do
Yes.
General Assembly of the United Nations.
Yeah, I did a lot of those. Yeah, I did quite a few of those for sure. I did the Vice President of Vietnam, the Saudis, the Crown Prince. I also done, and that's not just in New York, in Houston, in DC. All over different locations. The one I found interesting was the PLO Abbas. I did security for him also. I found you meet different people, but you have to be professional, of course. And anything happens, you don't want a foreign leader being assassinated in your country. That's for sure. So whatever it takes, you have to do your job. And that's what you're there for. But seeing behind the scenes, it's a lot of work. It's intense, a lot of intel. And I'll tell you, folks, there's always a guy like mass shooters. There's always a crazy. There's always a lone wolf that's looking to make a name for themselves. And killing a president will do that. And there's always an ex-Oswald. Unfortunately, there'll always be an ex-Oswald. There's someone else. Hinckley remember why he wanted to get attention, trying to kill Reagan?
Yeah,
Jodie Foster. Mm-hmm. Taxi Driver, I think was the name of the movie. Yeah, he was really impressed with her.
He had a crush on her.
He had a big crush on her and everything else. And I saw a documentary recently talking about Hinckley. And obviously he believes, he's 100% cured and he's fine. And now he doesn't even have to report, which is unbelievable.
He actually does music now. He's all over the internet.
Yes.
He's welcome to come on the show. We support Reagan. We don't appreciate the fact that you shot him, but
kill Bradley.
Yeah, he's a horrible human being, but he's still welcome on the show. I'd have anybody on the show as long as they're respectful of the platform and they understand that we're going to get a lot of hate comments, and I'll probably get them too. But I'd like to tell both sides of the story. I think that story has been told ad nauseum.
Sure.
To the victims, it's never ever going to end. So
no. So that's Trump. So unbelievable. Never thought, small world. This dance convention was planned a year ahead, right? But at spur of the moment, I think Trump sees a little pressure. They planned this rally at this convention center during the same time, and boom, there's the president. And you see how it works behind the scenes, Secret Service, entourage, huge entourage coming in. He comes in for his spiel. He speaks for maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then boom, off he goes. Richmond Police Department helping him get out of there. It's a lot that comes to that, and he's doing that week in and week out. Now he gets a little break. She's gone. He has to form on his legal issues, but I think the one in Georgia for election interference with Fani Willis, it's getting worse for her and Nathan Wade, where more people within their office, whistleblowers, saying no, this relationship happened years before. Started years before that, what they swore to under oath and what they wrote in their affidavit. People within their office and other offices who've known these two said, no, this has been going on for a while. Is
this any surprise that she's behaving this way, given the fact that her father was a Black Panther? We don't know his views today, but they were evidently a violent, hate-filled organization.
It's a domestic terrorist group, Bill.
Right. She said they were designated domestic terrorist group.
Yep.
So, people can claim the good intentions and manipulate gullible college kids to join their cause. But
sure.
In the end, this is a vicious group. So
no one ever supports it. Violence is never the solution, right? Violence is never the solution. These people who want to justify these actions using violence, that's like Mahatma Gandhi said, peaceful resistance, right? Peacefully. You can get your point across peacefully, support and movement. But when you start using terrorist tactics, that's when you become a domestic terrorist group like that. But going back to Fani Willis, she's in trouble. She's in trouble. She's going to get removed from the case. She'll probably get disbarred. And the only one who's going to end up doing any time is going to be these two for lying under oath about all of this, right? And writing sworn affidavits about their time. Their lie is they're saying, yeah, they had an affair because he's married, even though he's not officially divorced. He is married. They're cheating. She brought him in, and they used that money, over $600,000 a year being paid, and then going on these exotic trips. She benefited a lot from this also.
It's very telling that no prominent attorney in the whole United States who happens to be a Democrat has rallied to her defense and stepped in. Instead, she had some amateurish guy he was stumbling all over himself trying to make her case.
Yeah, he was specialist, I think, in divorces and other things, but not a racketeering case at this not magnitude. That the former president of the United States, you brought an amateur hour here, and not only that, that's your lover, and that top of that, you're taking nice trips together based on the salary the Fulton County is paying him. Really?
if you saw her testimony, she's one of the most arrogant people I've ever seen ever
She
take.
was very arrogant. She was
Arrogant, condescending, um, just so disrespectful to the court. And how this judge did not hold her in contempt yet, I don't even know. Every judge that's looked at it said they would have locked her up for contempt or shut her down a long time ago.
Alan Dershowitz, you know Alan Dershowitz, right?
Yeah.
Right, Bill? He has a show he does, and I watch it every so often. And he's a Democrat, but he knows that what she's done is wrong, is unethical, unacceptable, right? Unprofessional. You name it. It checked, and now she's a liar, and now she's going to be held in contempt. And remember, she's prosecuted people. Her office has for people who've done the same or worse, right? So she's lying under oath. She's lying to the judge. She's lying about to everybody. And at the end, she's going to be disbarred, most likely, and maybe give some criminal charges. We'll see what happens. The Senate right now has one of the defense attorneys for the Trump team right now in Georgia testifying. I don't know if you saw that. So that Senate hearing, that investigation, is going to lead to big things against both of these guys.
When did you say they're going to rule on this Fannie Willis nonsense?
I think the judge said in a week or so.
It's people like her and the lover and the judge in New York and the prosecutors in New York. That's why they say this country is turning into a banana republic, because who's holding these incompetent, vindictive, nasty, partisan fools? Excuse my language, it's not fools, people.
Yeah.
Who's holding them? Who's holding them accountable?
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. And this goes into what I mentioned earlier, a big circle of a big change is coming, a big movement, not only in the U.S., but the world. And a lot of people saw Javier Milei, right? He is now the president of Argentina, right? He's not a Democrat or a conservative. He is a libertarian, but fiscal conservative.
Right.
A fiscal conservative. He has a term, I'll say it in Spanish, that he uses, which is called afuera. Afuera. That means out. Be done with it. Afuera, which means he has now Argentina's inflation, because they've had 40 years of socialism, Bill. That country, they destroyed it. They destroyed it. High inflation, high taxes, high regulation, just like Canada with Trudeau has destroyed Canada, right? And people are escaping from Canada to the U.S. Same with Argentina. They're going back to Spain, Italy, to the United States, because they destroyed their economy. He, within 3 months now, 3 months, Bill, if you look what he's done, and he's a guy, he's a populist. He's a man of the people. He played soccer growing up. He was in a band, but he became an economist. He has a strong background in fiscal matters, and he's figured out a way to slash wasteful spending, wasteful bureaucracies to help inflation. That's a nice view there, Bill. You got it? You manually? You have it by your hand?
Yeah, I'm just lifting it up to see if I can get a little background.
That's
I'm going
nice.
to walk around the room. I'm going to show my audience, our audience,
Yeah.
this place when we get close to the end of this. I don't want to go long so that we can do that.
Yeah.
It's starting to get sunny out now too, by the way.
Oh, good. I saw there was some rain coming. So Javier Milei, and there's a video out there with him and Trump meeting for the first time, I believe, like a few months ago after he became president, and gave each other big hugs, right? And he goes, Mr. President, and he's very happy. You make me so happy. Just like that. Happy, I'm happy. And then he says, MAGA, not just make America great again, make Argentina great again. And they're shaking hands and everything. He said, don't forget about Argentina when you become president again. So he'll remember Milei, remember Argentina. Trudeau is on his way out also this year. He'll probably be out. And it's going to be the conservatives up there, Pierre tears him apart. If you haven't seen Pierre and Trudeau, because the Canadians, they have their prime minister and they have their opposition party leader go back and forth on topics in front of the parliament. You should check that out. I mean, Pierre tears him apart. He tears him apart. So that's fun to watch. So watch that. Watch what's going on in the U.S. Trump already said yesterday after Haley stepped down, where's Biden? Step up. Let's debate.
He won't because he can't draw a crowd at all. Almost nobody will show, and he can't string a sentence together.
He can't. He's in deep doo doo. He struggles, like you said, to keep his. That's what scares me. Who really is making decisions behind the scenes? Because obviously he can't be making it. Maybe his national security advisor, maybe his chief of staff. It can't be the vice president either, because she's just as bad as he is. So it's someone else. But folks, he's too old. It shows there has to be maybe a test of competency, a test out there because you can do things. He stumbles, he mumbles, right? He's always falling apart. And the only thing he wants to do is lick ice cream. Every time I see him, he's stopped in for a big cone and he spends all day licking his ice cream. And I was like, man, what is this? And then I found out later.
He'll go to introduce himself to little girls and then go in and sniff their hair. He's so disgusting.
He likes to lick ice cream and sniff hair all day. I mean, come on, man. What is this? It's time for a change. It is time for a change.
I think he sniffs little girls' hair because he's so well protected by Secret Service. He knows that the fathers can't put their hands on him.
Between that and his disgraced son Hunter Biden, I mean, what a disgrace. We'll see how much time he ends up doing for having his crack addiction, having those weapons, purchase them illegally, lying about it. He was a danger. His own son, the president's son, was a danger, and he's a disgraced individual. We'll see how much time he gets.
I want to also see. I don't know what other political matters we're going to touch on, but if we get to anything crime related, crime prevention, I want to say this.
Yeah.
We have a guest on the show routinely. He's become a good friends, Professor Sandy Modell, and we're trying to get to the bottom of the situation of why the prosecution and Fort Myers will not prosecute the case. She was caught in having an improper situation with the NRA, and then DeSantis was asked to step in and get the guy prosecuted. So we want to keep attention on Sandy Modell's case where his son Ryan was murdered.
Yeah.
And so we want to keep attention on that. Everybody here, check out the videos on that. We're not going to say much more than that, but we're hoping for resolution of that case.
Yeah. You want to do also true crime with Putin. Zelensky was almost assassinated the other day. I don't know if you saw that.
No, what happened?
Yeah, he was in Odessa going to visit the Greek prime minister. And a visit, him and his caravan were coming in. A Russian missile missed him by 200 meters. Russian missile almost hit their caravan by 200 meters. Putin went out to assassinate him. They got information. But if I'm Zelensky, I don't go to Odessa. You got to almost stay near the Kiev because it's just too dangerous, that area. That the war is brewing. And I hate to say it, the Ukrainians are now beginning to lose the war. They're beginning to lose the war. They have to get negotiations in there. I don't want to see Putin take over and Russians take over Ukraine. They have to come up with a solution because they have a right to be a free nation. But Zelensky almost assassinated the other day. Remember, he doesn't play around. Putin doesn't care. Wagner security. Remember that one, Bill? We talked about that. This close of taking the Kremlin. Almost got away with it. If he pushes on, they take the Kremlin. They take the Kremlin.
So keep talking. So I'm going to walk around so my audience can see a little bit.
That's a beautiful. And this is Tom Madden's condo, right?
Well, this is his residence. His condominium, whatever you want to call it, in
Boca?
Boca Raton. I'm trying to find a way to center myself a little better, but I don't want to eat up too much time. But let's do this.
Maybe you can also do a little bit of real estate too.
How's that?
It's looking good, presenting the house, the condo, or the residence. I like the view there. That is a beautiful view right there of the water. That's
the Atlantic Ocean.
Beautiful.
Right outside the window.
It looks like the sun is trying to come out, which is nice.
Yep. Sun's coming out.
Yeah, that's good. You want to step outside for a little bit? You can see anything?
Let me try to go where it's a little brighter, perhaps. So for my audience, please
this is good.
Make sure you share these videos around.
And you're in the basement,
we're doing a lot of work for people that are wrongfully convicted lately, and I do have a cash app. If you'd like to donate to the work that I'm doing, it gets very, very time consuming and expensive to do all this research.
And look at our books too. Look at our books. Look at our shows. Subscribe and like to this one. Go to Rumble. Keep on hitting all the subscribe and likes. Take a look. Bill and I have been doing this for a year now. A weekly show, but we've been doing shows for over a year and a half. They've been pretty good shows. I think good content. Wouldn't you say, Bill? Excellent.
Oh, absolutely.
We're well prepared. We know what we're talking about. My background as an investigator for law enforcement special agent for 26 years. Are
you there?
Yeah, you're kind of frozen there, Bill.
I don't want to lose my internet connection either.
No, I think you're good. I think you're good. That's a nice view there. Also, that's an excellent view there.
Yeah.
Looking good. Looking good. Lot of place to find our books, right, Bill? On
That's
Amazon.
right.
Check him out. Beautiful location, beautiful home. His name is Tom Madden, right?
Tom Madden, Transmedia Group, Boca Raton, Florida.
Maybe we can do some work together. Well, have him reach out to me too, Bill. Maybe we can do some PR and maybe we get this going to a different level. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We'll have him reach out. I give people chances, and broken
I'm
crowns.
going to push this button to exit. See if it works. It might be locked. Yeah, I don't think the store particularly opens.
Well, all right. Well, like I say, you don't want to lose the Wi-Fi. We're good. We're doing a pretty good show so far. Beautiful paintings there, different stuff, different flower. I love orchids too. Beautiful orchids all around.
Yep.
Also, nice kitchen area. And this is like the basement, right?
This is like the lobby area.
Lobby area.
A lot of event areas.
Gotcha. Looks good. Got a little mirror back there. You got the windows there. Nice.
Yeah.
Very good. No, it looks good.
This is the gym area here.
Oh, you got the gym too? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that area that we were in, that was more like the lobby area?
Yeah, lobby area, event spaces, stuff like that. And now
Okay.
I'm going out to the pool.
Okay.
I can't see.
You got blinded.
Yeah. Says
Yeah, I'm losing you, Bill. All right, that's a nice pool. That's a very. I like the deck too. The pool's nice. The deck's nice. The palm trees are nice. The clouds. It's a nice day.
it's just starting to clear up, so I might jump in the water here in a few minutes. So
Yeah, I would too. That's good.
you can see it's a nice big condo there too.
Oh yeah. No, very nice.
Jeez. So my audience.
No, it's a beautiful place. They're visiting friends. You did the silent partners. Look forward to that.
Oh
right?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Got a
Tom
part.
Madden. He seems like a nice guy, real nice guy. Would love to be able to work with him and see if we can get this to a different level. That'll be nice. Maybe both of us. What we got going on here. We keep on plugging along. This show is it's a good show. Maybe we can even take it nationally, Bill.
Yep, absolutely. Check out Silent Partners. Ciro Dapagio, Dave Icovettis, shout out to everybody. Christy, who I met, she's phenomenal. George Jokes, Sandy Modell, Dave Reinhardt, kept in prison in California, innocent. Rodney Barnes, not so innocent, but for a nonviolent crime, got a 35-year sentence. Even though, in Dave's case, he was offered time served. So let's keep an eye on those cases. Shout out to Mary Bass. She's a crack investigator behind the scenes, looking into all these things. And I'm
So, Mary, and hopefully we do another show on Fresno corruption, right? We still got to look up what's going on with the election coming up with the mayor, right?
Right.
Former chief right there, Jerry Dyer. That's interesting. People are fascinated. A lot of remarks, comments. People have been talking about the corruption in Fresno for a long time.
So shout out to Nikki, who's bringing a lot of attention to her brother's case.
Yeah.
JR, I don't know how to pronounce the last name yet, with a W. He's in Indiana State Prison, but we're going to be doing a story soon about him specifically.
Yeah.
And this guy here, I already told you what the police did. They pursued him, and he tried to surrender, and it didn't end well for him, even though he tried to surrender. So.
Yeah, we both have a lot of projects out, and Broken Crowns, it's a big one there. You can Printify, you can see undercoverinc.printify.me, with Undercover Ink, which is pretty cool. A lot of cool merchandise. Check out our books. Go to Amazon. Put Ignacio Esteban. Put in William Steele. Check out our books. Audible. I have 2 good ones out there: ATF Undercover and The Most Dangerous Crime Syndicates of Our Time. Plus, all my books, Bill, are free for Kindle Unlimited subscribers. So you're a KU subscriber. All my almost 80 books are free, from true crime to politics to travel to everything else in between.
That's right.
Looks like I'm losing you, Bill.
You there?
Yeah, still there, bro. All right, man.
Did I lose you for a second?
Yeah, you were frozen for a little bit.
Okay, so we're back. So I said, if you know somebody who's actually innocent, that needs help getting some publicity or help with the case or whatever, members. So we definitely look forward to that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you froze up, Bill. You froze up again. So
Okay,
we'll do that again.
I'm trying to get closer to the building, and we're gonna get ready to sign off.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good location, Bill. We'll be back in our usual spot for you at least next week. But you know what? It's a nice spot. Good job with that, and we'll do it again.
Yes, absolutely. Again, anybody wants to join, be a guest, you know somebody who's actually innocent, look us up. In the descriptions, I generally have a cash app. If you'd like to donate to the work we're doing, it is time consuming and it's getting very expensive. Please, by all means, utilize that, share the story around, and check out Access Channel 1. You'll see this on Steal a Spotlight television. You'll see this all over the internet on William Steel True Crime, on Ignacio's channels.
Yes.
And again, we're wrapping up another show here. Everybody, thank you for watching.
Thank you, guys. All right. Take care. Thank you, Bill. All right, man.
Take care.